nobody can be complacent because any day, somebody can take your spot. You always have to be in your game, and that just makes the whole unit a lot better.
Andrew, how's the team dealt with some of the off-the-field stuff? Have you guys, I know Kirby's talked to us about it a few times. I'm sure he's talked to you. Has the team had any meetings or any leadership council discussions, anything like that?
Coach Smart, he's obviously addressed it. The leadership staff, we've met and talked about it and addressed the team. But other than that, we're just trying to move past it, get better at practice.
How do you lead? I mean, you're a guy, obviously you're not a trophy candidate. Everybody's kind of focusing in on you as a veteran. What's your management or your leadership style for guys that might go astray? Is it to encourage, to educate?
Just to talk to guys. I try to lead by example first, and then, obviously just if I see anything, stepping in and speaking when I can.
I guess I would ask you this, as far as what you guys have built here, how much, are you aware of that Georgia image and the brand? Is that something that even a guy like you, when he sees a headline, goes, oh boy, that's, is it something that hurts you and bothers you to the point?
Yeah, obviously, we don't want anything, to hurt the Georgia brand. Our name is, we represent the G. So, obviously, when something like that happens, we're not too happy with it.
We all know who's been stepping up at center? I know that you have an open spot.
Right now, it's Trey Hill working with the ones, and we have Warren Eckerson working with the twos. But right now, Trey's doing a pretty good job.
How do you feel like Salyer's fitting into center? Is he getting any reps there?
He works at centers sometimes, but mostly at right tackle and right guard right now.
What has he done this spring?
Pretty good. Like Coach Mark said, he's made a big jump. He understood what he had to learn coming from last year, and he's been playing pretty well.
What's your relationship like with him, having played with him in high school?
Jamar's pretty much like my brother. We played together since middle school, so pretty close.
I was going to ask you about some of the younger guys. They're trying their pass rush moves on you. How impressed have you been, and who's jumped out at you among some of those newcomers at outside linebacker?
For me, all the outside linebackers are ridiculously athletic. Like every day, they're coming off the edge as fast as they can. They have a lot of different moves, and then I think it's just better for me because I get different looks, different type of guys, different rush styles, and it's great for us.
I was going to ask you that. Do you kind of got a mental book on what these guys are going to do, and
yeah.
What have you picked? Have you picked up on Nolan and Jermaine? Have you kind of got them down now, or are they still doing some different stuff?
I'm still trying to pick them up, but it's a couple of things. Like I try to change my set or how I attack them. Like Jermaine and Nolan, like different sizes. Like Jermaine's a little bit longer, Nolan's a little bit shorter, things like that. Just to change up my game.
So it's as much chess, and it's a lot of this is premeditated before the
right,
snap.
Definitely, yeah. Depending on the play, changes my set, my angle, how I'm attacking everything.
You're pretty established for a couple seasons as a starter in the SEC. Those guys are new to the league. What's their mindset? I know they're talented, but do they talk trash? Do they tell you they're going to be able to get around you and that kind of stuff?
No, they don't talk trash. They just come in, they work every day, they fly around. Like when I say they run through the whistle, like they run into after every ball, things like that. They play hard.
Have they won their share of battles with you, or not necessarily?
I won't say they won their share of fair battles, but they do good at practice.
I know you won't be here in 8 or 10 years playing for Georgia, but when you see some of the things that Kirby's doing with the schedule, adding the Florida States and the Texases and the Clemson, what are your thoughts on that? How would that have affected you as a recruit, I guess?
I think it's definitely interesting. Like say if I was a recruit, I can't wait to watch those games, when I'm older.
What do you expect the fans to see differently from the offensive line going into this season in the running game? What do you think is going to be different this year than maybe last year?
In the run game, I don't think there'll be any difference. We're still going to try to be physical and dominant, try to lead the SEC in rushing. For a difference, I think, will probably just be, being a lot better at pass protection, protecting the quarterback better.
I was going to ask you about that. Do you think part of the reason why maybe you guys weren't as maybe good is because really you mostly stay ahead of the chains.
Right.
There really isn't a lot of long down and distance.
Right. A lot of times we do run the ball. We win first down a lot. So going to 3rd and 7 to 10 was, a struggle for us, and that's one thing that we talked about in the beginning, something we want to get better at.
Are they doing a lot more of those kind of situational things this spring?
We have competition periods, so we'll be in a drill, has nothing to do with it, and then coaches blow the whistle and we have to come, and it'll be 3rd and 7, and you got to get the first down, stuff like that, just to get us, used to those situations.
What have you seen from Jake Fromm? He's played some stellar games towards the end of last year. How is he getting better, and What have you seen from him this year?
Jake is, being more of a leader on the offensive side. Obviously, he knows every call, everything like that, but he's starting to, bring guys with him, help them, and especially helping the younger guys that just got here, quarterback.
Isaiah was talking to us last week. He's a pretty transparent guy. He was talking. I mean, we look at your line and see future NFL linemen. I mean, where do you compartmentalize that? Because you're obviously a guy a lot of people are looking at saying this could be it for him this season.
We definitely think about it, but I mean, it's kind of like our goal. Like the better we play at Georgia, the better success we'll have. And obviously, Coach Pittman is known for getting guys to the NFL.
Could you have thought? I mean, was this? I don't want to say did you have a 3-year plan, but when you look at where you're at now and how established you are, have you impressed yourself, or are you about where you thought you would be?
I think I'm close to where I thought I would be. I mean, coming in, I thought I had a chance to play early, and then starting with my high school O-line coach. It's always been my dream, to play in the NFL.
On paper, y'all look like you might be one of the best lines in the country in school history. What about on the field? What do you see?
Right now, we're running the ball pretty well. Biggest thing we're focusing on right now is pass protection. We got to, protect the quarterback a little bit better.
Is it a goal? Is it talked about at all about being one of the best in the country?
Definitely. Like every year, we want to win. The Joe Moore Award. Like that's a goal of ours. We try to be the best every year.
Andrew, I was talking to Solomon, and he was kind of seeing like the times you guys FaceTime or go to the movies together. What's kind of been your favorite moments, hanging out with Solomon?
With Saul, probably going to play basketball. He thinks he's a point guard. But yeah, it's pretty fun. We hang out all the time. We go get food. We go to American Deli, eat up all the wings, stuff like that. We have a good time together.
He's a better basketball player.
He is.
What's been your impressions of the interior defensive line this spring? Anybody kind of showing a little bit more than they did last season?
Jordan Davis is playing pretty well. Michael Barnett, he's doing really good too.
I noticed the 3 you get off of that elevator. Are you guys conscientious of that when you go places? Because elevators do get jammed.
Yeah, we know we're pretty big guys, but we just try to have fun when we're out.
When you look back at the SEC championship game and kind of how the pendulum swung the other way, what do you feel like happened, and what is this team doing to prevent that from happening again?
Just finish it in the fourth quarter. Biggest thing, starting with workouts. We have runs, making sure that we finish every play, every run, just so when we get to the game, it'll translate.
Is that a process of where the coaches keep building, kind of teaching, ingraining that? Is that something that's going to, it's just taking a little while?
It's just a mental thing. I think as a team, we're trying to instill that in our guys.
What about the upcoming scrimmage? How much do you guys look forward to these scrimmages on Saturdays?
I'm very excited. It's the closest thing we get to a game, to G-Day, so I get very excited because it's like a real game situation, and I like to run the ball. We run the ball a lot in the scrimmages.
Will this be the first one at the stadium, or was there?
Yes, we will.
Let's send it. Thanks. You got anything?
Oh, I just is Kirby since a couple more guys got in trouble this past Tuesday, he expressed some frustration to us. Did he verbalize that frustration to you guys as well?
Yeah, he came and talked to us in the team meeting about it, and the leadership group we addressed the team too.
Thanks.